Welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to talk about setting up basic network. So I'm going to be very short in this tutorial. Without further ado, let's get into this tutorial and get these routers and switch and host devices configured. So before we get started, we have a basic local area network that is connected to a router and also to a switch. So we have a very basic configuration to do here, and after that we're going to do IP testing to make sure that this device can get off from the switch to the router and ultimately outside this network. So without further ado, let's get into this tutorial. We're going to start off. So if we look to the right, I have 2911 router. This configuration is what you're going to put on this router interface, and the rest is just a basic configuration on the host devices. Okay, so it's going to be basic. Let's get into this tutorial. And on router 1, I'm going to move this to the side, that way you can see what I'm going to do. So before I actually get started, I want to move this right here to the side, that way you can follow me as I go. Okay, so let's get into the router. So we're going to do now, let me exit out of this. So when you first log into the router, it's going to bring you to this interface, which is the user exec mode, and you issue the command enable en. It takes you to the next level, which is privilege exec mode. Then you're going to say config t. Right after config t, we have to, now we are at a level where we can get into the router interface. So we need to know the router interface that is connected here, which is G0/0. So we're going to get back in there to do, so we do to get on that interface, we do interface G0/0, and that takes you into that configuration, that interface. So now you can see our next level of configuration. We are in config-interface. Okay, so we can go ahead and set IP address on that network, and that is one IP address 192.168.30.1. Our subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and we're going to do no shutdown to bring up the interface. Now our line protocol is up and our interface has come up, and you can see it's changing from the red to green, and that is a signal that your cable is moving from a downstate to upstate. And we're going to go into each route, into each workstation, and configure the IP address that was assigned to them. So when you click on a desktop, so first laptop is 192.168.30.10, we're going to click on that, and we're going to move it to the side so you can see what is going on. Click on desktop, click on IP configuration. We're going to say enter the IP address 192.168.30.10. Our subnet mark is 255.255.255.0. Default gateway is 192.168.30.1. Remember, this is the interface that we just configured on the router, and that is going to be the default gateway. So we are done with that. We can go ahead and close that, go to the next one, move it to the side. Now we are on the router interface. Make sure you click on this fast Ethernet interface, enter your IP address 192.168.30.11. Our subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and where's our default? I need to find the default, that way we can configure that one as well. Our default gateway is here. We're going to click on 192.168.30.1. That's going to be our default gateway. Okay, so the printer is also configured. Click on the third PC, desktop, move it to the side, click on IP configuration. Make sure your IP is set up to static 192.168.30.12. okay, your subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, which is each octet is 888. That makes it up to 24. Okay, that's what the /24 means. Now it's time for default gateway 192.168.30.1, and that is how you will configure every network. It doesn't matter whether it's a Cisco devices or whatever. Every network must have a default, must have an IP address, a default gateway, and a subnet mask. Okay, so we are on the last IP device, which is 192.168.30.1.13. Sorry, your subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Your default gateway 192.168.30.1. So I have finished configuring all the IP addresses. We're going to make sure we test the connectivity from each device going to the router. So we are on the first device. We're going to move this to the side and test connectivity. Click on command prompt, and we're going to ping 192.168.30.1. Bam, we have a connectivity going across from the workstation laptop .10 to the IP address to the router. So we have a connectivity. Okay, so that is great. Let's see if on the printer can we do, there should be, 1 second, configuration. So let's go to the third PC, which is, move it to the side, do the same ping, enter the IP address on your router interface 192.168.30.1. Bam, we have a connectivity going across. So basically that tells me all of them, all the devices have connectivity going across. So that is good. So the reason why I did this is to show the new students or new people trying to come into networking, how to configure a device, or somebody who is new trying to come into this field, to know how to get on the router interface and do all the configuration. So I'm going to go on to the last host device and test that one as well, and move it to the side. Ping 192.168.30.1. Bam, we have connectivity going across to the router. Thank you very much for watching this short tutorial. If this tutorial was helpful to you or is helpful to you, go ahead and subscribe and give me a comment and tell me what you want me to do in the future, and click on the notification bell. Next time I do a next video, you're going to see my next video is going to be on IP subnetting. I'm going to make it as easy as it can be for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.